Hello everyone, today we will discuss how to create controllers and scope and models and how to bind to the HTML views using AngularJS. So first of all, I have to create the index.html. I have downloaded the Angular min.js from angularjs.org and saved locally. Okay, and also attach the reference to the HTML page. Now I have created the app.js and add the reference to the HTML page. So in app.js we can see I have created the module using angular.module and passed two arguments. One is the name of the module, which is demo app, and the second is an empty array. It is basically used to pass the dependencies if required to the module. Now we have to add this module, or we have to attach the module to the DOM element. So we can attach the module to the DOM element with the help of ng-app directive, and here I have passed the name of the module, which is demo app. So now our app module is attached to the body tag. So the scope of the app module will work for body tag only. Okay, so inside the app module we have to add some controllers. So here I have created a controller which is main controller. So controllers are just the functions, right? And Angular will inject dynamically the $scope service to the controllers. $scope act as a glue between the controller and the view. With the help of $scope, we can bind the models and the objects of the controllers to the view. So here we can, the one thing is that controllers can be nested, and same way each controller has their scope, and so scopes can also be nested, and the child scope can access their parent scope. In a similar way, the child controllers can access the scope of their parent controllers. So inside the controller I have created a model object which is company info. Inside this object I have passed the company name, company ID and employees array, and attach this model object to the scope of the controller with the help of $scope service. So now our controller is ready, which is named as main controller. Now I have attached this main controller to the app module. So inside this app module, we can attach the controller to any DOM element. So outside the module, we cannot attach. So here I have attached the main controller to this div element with the help of ng controller directive. So inside this div element or inside this controller, we can bind the models of the scope of the controller. We can bind the models in these two ways. The one is using the curly brackets, and the another one is using the ng bind directive. So we can see the difference between these two. So as we can see here, against the company name we can see the curly brackets. till the time the AngularJS is being loaded. But against the company ID, we cannot see these curly brackets because we have used ngbind against the company ID. So if we want to ignore the curly brackets being displayed till the time Angular is loaded, we can use to avoid these flicking or these curly brackets being displayed, we can use ngbind directive. Okay, so here I have consoled the scope object, the dollar scope object. So we can see inside the dollar scope the company info object that we have passed to the dollar scope. So we can see the company ID, company name, and the employees array. Alright. So we can see this is the dollar parent. It is the parent scope of this scope. Or inside the parent scope, we can see the root scope. So it is basically the inheritance of the scopes or the nested behavior of the scopes. Here we can see another directive which is ngRepeat. It is being used to iterate the DOM elements depending upon the number of items present in the collection or an array. So in the employees array, we have passed 3 employee objects, right? So here with the help of ngRepeat, it will render 3 li elements for each employee object, or we will display the properties or attributes of the employee object emp.name or emp.id. So emp is an alias of the employee object. So today we have discussed 3 directives ng-app, which is used to attach the module, the ng-controller, which is used to attach the controller, and ng-repeat, which is used to iterate over the collection. And we have discussed how to create modules, how to create controllers, and how to attach the controllers to the module, and how to attach model object to the scope of the controller. So now let's run the example. So here the FedTech site is the name of the company name, the company ID, and the arrays. I hope you like the tutorial. If you want to download the code or see in details, then you can reach us at fedtechsite.com. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you.